So we all know that Elgato is known for their capture cards, and frankly, they have the best capture cards in the market for streaming or content creation. But there is absolutely alternatives for all of them. They might not be as good, but they are certainly decent enough to pass a test of many users. And basically, I was looking at the Camlink the other day and I was like, it's $120. That's pretty expensive for just something that you can stream cameras on. And basically it's not like a game capture, it's more for cameras, but you can also capture your console. It's very complicated, but that's how the Camlink works. And anyhow, I scoured Amazon for something like the Camlink and I found something that looks like an exact replica, and it's called the Cam Nova. And basically it is almost a exact replica, key for key, as the Camlink. It has some littler specs than the Camlink, but to me it passes. But for you guys, I want to show you guys what this thing is capable of and how it compares to an Elgato capture card. Since I do not have a Camlink, I am comparing it to the Elgato HD60, which is its own capture card and it has its own encoder. So we're going to compare the two and see how these two stack up against each other. So let's get into the video. So first off, the Cam Nova is only $20 compared to $120 for the Camlink, and seriously, they have some of the same specs. So I'm gonna go over the specs real quick, compare them side to side, and make sure that we get all of them. Okay, so first off in the specs, the max input that it can accept for both of them is actually 4K 60 FPS. So if you go higher than that, aka 4K 120 FPS, it will not have a video output for that image. But both of them actually downscale, but there is an actual difference for the output. So basically the Cam Nova can only do 1080p 60 FPS output, which means you can only record up to that point. And then the Camlink can actually record up to 4K 30 FPS. So if you guys need 4K, this thing does not have 4K. It can accept 4K, but it can't output 4K. So basically, if that's a downside for you guys, then Cam Nova might not be for you guys. They are both USB 3.0, so basically if you do not have a USB 3.0 port, you need one, or else they will have high latency, which is not good for video making or streaming, especially in this day of age. You need a USB 3.0. That is basically what is going to make it so then your audio and your video are synced up together, and basically just makes it amazing. In this day of age, if there's latency, that's pretty much a problem. Obviously old Elgato products had latency, but now they made it so that it's USB 3.0, and that's why it'll have ultra low latency. So yeah, make sure you have a USB 3.0. So as you guys know, Elgato has software, but the Cam Nova does not. It actually just, all you need is OBS, which I mean, OBS is absolutely a great software in itself, but it will not go to something like a Discord if you use it. For example, if you plug in the Cam Nova, it's just going to output what the colors are on the Cam Nova to your Discord. It's not going to output from OBS. So if that's a deal breaker, then you might want to go with the Camlink. It is $120, but in my opinion, the Cam Nova is just good enough for me. I don't need that good of color on Discord because I'm not really recording on Discord. I'm recording on OBS. So basically, if I'm recording both of them on OBS, I'm just going to edit the colors on OBS rather than edit them in another software. So basically that's good enough for me. If it's not good enough for you guys, then go with the Camlink. But yeah, there was not a lot of specifications. I try to find them, and basically there's not a lot. Basically, Camlink right now does have the upper hand, but in terms of price to performance, the Cam Nova definitely has an upper hand in this. I mean, for being only $20 and being able to output 1080p 60 FPS is amazing in itself, because for other video captures on Amazon, they only do 1080p 30 FPS, and that's just crazy, to have $20 be 1080p 60 FPS, and it accepts console and cameras. So that's pretty amazing. So let me show you guys what is in the box. So first off, when you open the box, you will have a user manual, and then you will have two HDMI cables. Actually, one is regular HDMI to HDMI and one is HDMI to HDMI mini. So like on my Nikon camera that I'm using right now, it needs an HDMI to HDMI mini. So that is what I am using when recording or streaming. So basically it comes with both, which is absolutely awesome because I didn't realize it until I got the box. I was like, holy smokes, this is awesome, because I needed a cable for my camera. So this absolutely works well. And then obviously in the package you have the Cam Nova. It looks like a small USB stick. It looks exactly like the Camlink. I mean, actually, in comparison, it is a tiny bit smaller than the Camlink. So, you know, if you don't have that much space, which would actually be crazy if you didn't have that much space, but if you didn't have that much space, Cam Nova is a perfect option for it. It's very small. I mean, compared to my hand, it's basically as tall as my fingers. I mean, and that's pretty insane for something that captures it. Obviously, in terms of having an actual capture card, you know, that plugs into the computer rather than a USB stick, obviously a capture card has its own encoder, which is usually an H.264, which obviously is going to be better. But, you know, I've tried this, and obviously on OBS, for example, OBS is actually streaming it, and usually your computer has those specifications in order to have a good encoder on it. So basically it doesn't really matter to me, in my opinion. And for the specifications on your computer, you need an i5 3400 or above, and also a GT 620 or above. So make sure you have that in your computer. If you don't, then you're gonna have some choppy video on your computer, and that's just not good. You need to have those specifications, which usually people do have, but it is a good thing to remember for people who don't have that. So I wanted to say that real quick before we go into the setup, and then also the comparison between the Elgato HC60 and the Cam Nova. So basically in the setup, all you're gonna do is you're gonna plug in your Cam Nova, and then you're gonna make sure to have OBS downloaded. I'll put the links, all the links down below in the description, by the way, guys. Don't worry, all of them will be down below in the description. But once you have OBS, click the plus sign in the sources, click video capture device, and then the Cam Nova should be there. But first, what you want to do is you want to plug in your camera to the Cam Nova. So make sure that the HDMI is into the Cam Nova, and then whatever HDMI output you have, put that as well into your camera. And then once you have that, basically you can do anything from there. If you want to edit the colors, make sure to right click the video output, hit filters, and then you can edit the colors by adding just a color correction to the filters. And basically it's just like Elgato. You know, Elgato obviously has a tiny bit, just a tiny bit better color correction, but you know, OBS is really good enough for me. And also, if you have a good encoder on your computer, it won't really matter. You know, not a lot of people use Elgato's game capture anyways to stream or anything. They mostly use OBS. OBS is literally the most popular thing to record with as well as stream with. So basically, yeah, the setup is really easy. All you have to do is just plug it in. It will download the drivers itself. There's no downloads that you need, and it's good to go as long as you have OBS or something like that. So yeah, so now it's time for the comparison. So I'm gonna put on screen real quick what the Elgato HD60 looks like, and as you can see, obviously Elgato does the job. It definitely has a good picture, but then I'm gonna put the Cam Nova, and honestly, for $20, considering, it is not bad at all. As you can see, there are a tiny bit of different colors. I basically made sure that both of them were out of the box. They were not edited in color correction. Basically, they both were just out of the box and were just up and running. And yeah, the colors do look a little bit warm in Cam Nova, but color correction can help that. And basically for $20 compared to $120, you have an insane deal right there. And my goal on this channel is to help you guys save money on your setups, but while having a better setup, you know, and that's my whole goal for this channel, help you guys figure it out. You know, you guys don't have to search on Amazon. I'll be searching on Amazon. I mean, I enjoy it already. So basically, this is absolutely a great option compared to the Camlink on Elgato side. And yeah, there are actually a lot more capture cards out there that people do not know about because every YouTuber reviews Elgato. And you know, I get it, Elgato is a popular brand, but why not give these smaller brands a better rap? You know, they make absolutely good products, and this is one of them. You know, this is by UCEC, which I never heard of this company, but I looked at their capture cards and I'm like, wow, they have some unique stuff. So in the future, I might review one of their other capture cards because they are definitely cheaper, and also they are not bad looking at all. I've seen reviews on them, I've seen videos, and basically it's not that bad. So yeah, guys, let's go over the pros and cons list for this. So let's start out with the pros. The pros of the Cam Nova is that it does 1080p 60 FPS. It is $20 and you can use it in OBS and use color correction. Basically, you can do anything that the Camlink does, but the downsides is that it cannot output 4K. It also does not have a software like Elgato, and basically it has warmer colors, so you're going to need to use color correction instead of just using it straight out of the box. But other than that, in my opinion, the Cam Nova is definitely worth the $20 because you cannot get anything better on the market. Nothing is better than this than $20. I mean, $20 is crazy for something that captures video, especially if you're wanting to capture console gameplay or just streaming your webcam on stream or even recording. It's basically just, it's insane to me. It was absolutely crazy to find this, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, overall, Cam Nova is worth it, like I said. So basically, this $20 is well worth it. I've been actually using this in my streams with my GoPro. And by the way, guys, in my next video, actually, I will be showing you guys the best $100 that you can spend on your webcam setup, aka a Cam Nova and a GoPro. So make sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you'll like that video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.